He got on his helmet and he get ready to go to work. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Make some noise for the legendary skateboard Peter down in New York City. Let's go.
All right, let's get into it because this story had everything from surprise celebrity appearances and a staggering 4-hour delay to Pharrell's unforgettable comments and Jay-Z's massive extra innings finale that wrapped up 3 consecutive nights at Yankee Stadium. You honestly won't believe how wild this event became, as nearly 10,000 ticket holders were left stranded outside, while roughly 30,000 fans remained packed inside the venue. Despite the endless wait, the unforgettable guest appearances, and the huge clues about what could be coming next, I genuinely believe this was the greatest hip-hop concert I've ever witnessed. Moments like this don't happen often, and I'm convinced this performance will be remembered as one of the defining live events in hip-hop history. If you're ready to break down everything that happened and what Jay-Z hinted at for the future, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive straight into it. Jay-Z's Extra Innings concert served as the grand finale of his incredible 3-night celebration honoring the 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. The run began with the Reasonable Doubt performance on Friday, July 10th, followed by the Blueprint show on Saturday, July 11th, before the Extra Innings finale on July 12th stretched well into the early hours of July 13th. Expectations were already sky high after back-to-back nights featuring legendary appearances from Nas and Eminem while celebrating 2 of the greatest rap albums ever created. Yet somehow, the final show became the one people will probably be talking about for years, and the fact that it still ended up as one of Jay-Z's greatest performances, despite everything that went wrong, says everything about his legendary status. And trust me, as someone who was actually there and among the first fans inside when the gates finally opened around 6:20 p.m. Eastern, the wait before the show was absolutely exhausting. If you're wondering what caused all the chaos, let's hear Jay-Z explain it himself.
All the doors, somebody rushed the door and they closed the door. For you guys' safety and everybody's safety outside, there's 10,000 people outside. I don't want to start music and people get trampled. So I know, really sorry for the inconvenience, but I had to make sure everybody was okay.
Everything changed when a group of people reportedly knocked down a barricade and forced their way inside without tickets. That instantly created serious safety concerns, from fire code violations to dangerous crowd surges, and you won't believe how quickly the entire night was thrown into chaos. Because of that security nightmare, Jay-Z didn't step on stage until around 12:20 a.m. Eastern, even though the concert was officially scheduled for Sunday, July 12th, meaning it had already become Monday, July 13th. Even high-profile names like Fabulous, A$AP Rocky, and Charlemagne were reportedly stuck outside during the confusion. But the moment everyone finally got inside and Jay-Z kicked off the show after midnight, the entire atmosphere transformed into something that almost didn't feel real. The energy inside that stadium was unlike anything I've ever experienced. It didn't matter whether you were standing next to a celebrity like LeBron James or a fan sitting in the highest section of Yankee Stadium. We all became part of the exact same unforgettable moment. Somehow, the night blended pure chaos with something incredibly beautiful, something that felt uniquely hip-hop and unmistakably New York. While the rest of the city slept through a late Sunday night that had already turned into Monday morning, nearly everyone inside knew they still had work waiting for them just a few hours later. Then came the moment that completely changed everything. When Jay-Z brought out Clips to perform Grinding at exactly 2:15 a.m., I honestly had to stop and take it all in. Watching Pusha T walk onto the stage in his blue suit with Malice standing beside him made me question whether this was actually happening. I looked around the stadium thinking there was no way this could possibly be real. Seeing Clips performing alongside Jay-Z inside Yankee Stadium at 2:15 on what was technically Monday morning felt like something straight out of a dream. And somehow that impossible moment became reality. That's why this concert felt bigger than just another live performance. It was every hip-hop fan's dream, every music lover's fantasy, and every New Yorker's perfect night, all wrapped into one unforgettable experience. looking around at the dark skyline, the silent buildings, and the empty streets, while nearly 50,000 fans were still screaming every lyric, made the entire atmosphere feel surreal. Whether people were rapping every word with Pusha T and Malice, losing their minds when Rihanna appeared, or simply watching Jay-Z command the stage, every second felt historic. Nights like this simply cannot be recreated. Jay-Z kept delivering those unforgettable moments from beginning to end. He wasn't just performing songs, he was creating memories that felt larger than life. Ironically, if someone had predicted this experience while everyone was frustrated around 11 p.m., almost nobody would have believed them. But once the lights turned red, fans rushed back to their seats after charging their phones, and the Dynasty intro blasted through the speakers. Everything changed instantly. In that moment, the waiting, the frustration, and the chaos disappeared. It really makes you appreciate what we're witnessing. How many artists can still dominate a stage after 3 decades the way Jay-Z continues to do, almost like the Michael Jordan of rap, refusing to slow down? Very few entertainers in any profession can maintain this level of excellence for so long, and that's what makes this performance even more remarkable. Out of every concert I've attended, this one delivered the greatest combination of music, atmosphere, New York culture, and unforgettable live energy I've ever experienced. It wasn't simply an incredible concert, it felt like hip-hop history unfolding right in front of us. There may not be a more perfect place to celebrate hip-hop than Yankee Stadium itself. Watching someone many consider the greatest rapper ever perform in the birthplace of the culture made the entire night feel even more meaningful. Jay-Z performed nearly 50 songs between approximately 12:20 a.m. and 2:55 a.m., and when he joked about continuing until 5 a.m., the crowd honestly seemed ready to stay with him. That says everything about the connection he had with the audience. The surprise guests definitely made the show even bigger, and we'll get into every one of those moments shortly. But even without the special appearances, Jay-Z's performance alone was enough to remind everyone why he belongs in every GOAT conversation. Seeing a 56-year-old rapper perform 3 consecutive nights while effortlessly moving through songs released across multiple decades was nothing short of extraordinary. Very few artists could
pulling that off, and even fewer could make it look so effortless. Just think about the range for a second. One minute he's performing tracks like So Appalled, Clique, and the next he's jumping into classics like Can I Live or Brooklyn's Finest, making it feel like completely different eras of music are colliding. Then he seamlessly blended verses from different records, switching from Girls, Girls, Girls into '03 Bonnie and Clyde, or transitioning from Empire State of Mind straight into Welcome to New York City. Pulling off transitions like that without losing momentum requires an unbelievable level of skill, and honestly, nobody has mastered it better than Jay-Z. That's exactly why I believe Jay-Z deserves to be called the best live performer in hip-hop today. It's a massive statement, but after watching these performances, it's hard to argue against it because he delivers every element at an elite level. Unlike artists who rely mainly on elaborate stage designs or theatrical production while their live rapping suffers, Jay-Z still sounds sharp, energized, and completely in control from beginning to end. When you combine elite lyricism with incredible visuals, a live band, carefully selected guests, cinematic lighting, and flawless production, the result is arguably the most premium live hip-hop experience available today, one every true fan should witness at least once. But the story doesn't end there, because this concert proved something even bigger. Jay-Z showed that when it comes to bringing together the biggest names in music, nobody has the influence or relationships that he does. At a concert of this size, it's hard to imagine any other headliner assembling a lineup even close to what we witnessed that night. From Beyoncé and Rihanna to Teyana Taylor, Usher, Jermaine Dupri, The Dream, Jeezy, Fat Joe, Jadakiss, Clips, Swizz Beatz, and so many more, this guest list was absolutely unreal. And remember, this all came after 2 previous nights where Nas and Eminem, 2 artists constantly mentioned alongside Jay-Z in the GOAT conversation, had already taken the stage. Very few artists in history could pull something like that off. Some critics will probably argue that Jay-Z relied too heavily on guest appearances to sell the event or make the show feel bigger. But honestly, that completely misses the point. This wasn't about needing famous names. It was the payoff from decades of respect, influence and relationships built throughout his career. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. These artists weren't showing up out of obligation. They showed up because of who Jay-Z is and what he represents. Every guest added another unforgettable chapter to the night. Watching No Church in the Wild come to life with The Dream was an incredible moment, while Jay-Z seamlessly transitioned from Empire State of Mind into Welcome to New York City before bringing out Fat Joe and Jadakiss to celebrate the city was pure magic. Usher delivering Song Cry, Jeezy joining Jay on stage, Rihanna appearing for Run This Town, and Beyoncé closing out another unforgettable moment only made the experience even more legendary. When you combine elite-level rapping, an all-time guest lineup, and an atmosphere unlike anything fans had ever experienced, you end up with a concert people will be talking about for decades. Before the music started, though, the situation inside and outside the stadium was honestly a nightmare. The delays, the confusion, and the thousands of people stuck outside left many fans frustrated, anxious, and worried about missing flights, work, and everything waiting for them the next day. Even people around me were exhausted and wondering if the night would ever come together. But the instant that the Dynasty intro echoed through Yankee Stadium, every bit of that frustration disappeared. From that point forward, the entire mood changed.
There was something incredibly special about experiencing a concert while the rest of the city was asleep. If it weren't for all the security issues and chaos beforehand, you could almost argue that late-night concerts, from midnight until nearly 3 a.m., create a completely different kind of magic. Songs like Song Cry and Never Change hit on another emotional level in that environment. I'm not even ashamed to admit it, I actually got emotional during Never Change. It was one of those rare moments where music connects with you in a way that words almost can't explain. Hearing that song inside Yankee Stadium while the world outside had gone completely quiet made everything feel surreal. The calm night sky, the peaceful atmosphere beyond the stadium walls, and the energy shared by thousands of fans inside created the feeling that time had completely stopped. It honestly felt less like attending a concert and more like stepping into a dream that you never wanted to end. Experiences like that don't happen often, and that's exactly why this one will stay with people forever. If Jay-Z somehow manages to top this performance in the future, then we're going to have some very serious conversations about where this ranks among the greatest live shows ever. Based on every concert I've attended, this stands as the greatest night of live hip-hop I've ever experienced. And when you think back to Pharrell's comments earlier in the night, everything starts making even more sense. The signs were all there. We just didn't fully realize what they were pointing toward until everything unfolded. Forget the outside noise and the endless debates, because they honestly don't matter here. What this event really confirmed is that Jay-Z isn't simply looking backward to celebrate his legacy. He's clearly building momentum for whatever comes next. Whether it's new music, a new album, or an entirely new chapter in his career, this concert felt like the beginning of something much bigger. And after witnessing a performance like this, it's hard not to be excited about what's coming. The way Jay-Z is moving right now almost feels impossible to compare. It's like watching Michael Jordan somehow remain in his absolute prime 3 decades after entering the league, still dominating everyone around him. That's the level of excellence this performance represented, and it's why so many people walked away believing they had witnessed a once-in-a-generation moment. This wasn't just another concert. It was the kind of cultural event that stopped the world, captured the attention of the entire nation, and reminded everyone why Jay-Z's name remains at the very top of hip-hop history. This is exactly the kind of momentum Jay-Z has built, and it feels like we're watching the beginning of something much bigger. If this really is the rollout, the preparation, and the setup for what's coming next, then trust me, we're in for something special. All we can do now is sit back, stay patient, and see where this journey leads. But until that next chapter arrives, fans were already rewarded with unforgettable stories, timeless performances, legendary moments, and just enough chaos to make this concert impossible to forget. It easily stands as one of the most unforgettable hip-hop shows we've witnessed in years, and one of the greatest live spectacles the culture has seen in a very long time. Mark this moment, because when people look back at the history of hip-hop and Jay-Z's legacy years from now, this will be one of those nights that simply cannot be left out of the conversation. Now, I want to hear from you.
What are your thoughts on Jay-Z, this incredible 3-night run, the unforgettable finale, and everything this performance seemed to represent? I still can't believe I was actually there to witness it, especially considering it all happened just a few hours before recording this video. The entire experience honestly felt unreal. Even now, I'm still trying to process everything that happened because I'm genuinely left speechless. It's one of those rare events that stays with you long after it's over. If you've made it this far into the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your biggest takeaway in the comments below. I truly appreciate every single person who continues to support the channel because it genuinely means a lot. We're back, and this is only the beginning. On a personal note, thank you for sticking with me and being part of this journey. Going forward, we're raising the bar with bigger stories, stronger breakdowns, and the very best content possible. So stay tuned because we have a lot more incredible moments to cover together.